game 2 now, since...
Technically, it's still game 1 because they moved schedule. Game 2 has been postponed because they didn't play it. Confused you will be.
Wait. So let's just say we're only having 3 matches. Is that correct?
Yes.
Alright, this one's going to be Mojo? Is that Mojo?
It's Mojo 1 and B4G1.
B4G1, okay.
And we are live on the Twitch, on the Facebook, on the other Facebook, and on the YouTube. I better let everybody know. Alright, good stuff. Welcome to the viewers. We're here for round 2 of season 6. And our game today is Mojo 1 versus B4G1. We got people tuning in. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Everyone's ready. We can go. I've said go. Everyone says go. Why stand by?
And we are going.
Yeah, we can go.
Alright, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for your cue, man.
Yeah, we can go. We can go for sure, and we're straight into the picks. So this game.
Everybody.
Hello, everybody. Indeed, yeah. I'm here with my co-host Ray Ash, and we're getting straight into the action, which is good because we've been waiting a while to get started.
Yeah, things have been very hectic as of late today.
Yeah. An obvious joy ban. Nothing out of the ordinary right there.
I will choose.
Yeah, in this current meta, Joy and Arlod currently like we've seen it like last season that those 2 heroes are really popping off in the XP lane.
Yes, for sure. And
especially since Joy had an adjustment that gives her a different type of playstyle, but nonetheless she's still the same annoying hero as she is. And speaking of, you know, some magic stuff, we have an Alice ban. Pretty much out of the ordinary, that's for sure.
yeah, an Alice ban's not something I've seen that often, but they might have some inside information or something that makes them think it was a wise thing to do.
Yeah, B4G probably has an Alice jungler in their hero pool.
I actually
So,
think
well,
they do.
gonna-
I think we've seen them pick Alice before, so yeah.
Yes. As well as the Valentina ban. But the 1-1's actually open, so
Very
we're gonna see
interesting.
this in action. Still very broken, even despite all the nerfs that she got. Yes, 1-1 might still have a really, relatively harder time as before, but as long as you have a mastery over the 1-1 and how you move with the 1-1, you're gonna be fine. And speaking of gold laners, Kimmy's actually gonna be picked as well as the Faramis.
Good stuff. Good stuff. It's gonna be interesting. There we go. I was gonna say it's gonna be interesting what Luke Teasy picks, and it's the Fanny.
Yeah, my guy Luke Teasy, we've seen him. Yeah, he's been like a star in this arena
For sure.
Mojo 1. Luke Teasy with that Fanny pick. Okay, we love to see it. And very brave to pick it early on, especially since there are like some picks that might hinder the Fanny's performance. But you know what, Luke Teasy? It don't matter as long as they have the Fanny. He's gonna have the Fanny. He's gonna burst anyone down that comes into sight.
Nice, good stuff. Looking forward to seeing how he performs. Was that
I
an
do like the
Atlas
pick.
ban?
Yeah, it is an Atlas ban. No rumor yet. Yeah, no rumor yet for the side of Mojo 1, since they already picked the Faramis and the Kimmy. And the Melissa is kind of usually you would like to flex these heroes, but those 3 appearing all together, it might look a little obvious on where they're trying to go. Faramis might possibly go to Rome, since the Melissa is going to the gold lane. Kimmy is gonna go elsewhere, most possibly going into the mid lane.
Makes sense for sure. That might be what we see, and this could be an interesting pick.
Phoveus. Okay, really an obvious answer to the 1-1 and the Fanny. I'm not sure if you have seen a lot of Phobia's games, right?
Not yet. A few.
Yeah, I'll remind you on how why he was picked is because he is a counter to a lot of dash heroes.
Nice.
So every time like anyone nearby Phobius casts a dash or any displacement crowd control, it triggers his ultimate that automatically jumps him over to the target that recently dashed.
That's brutal.
So since you have a 1-1 and a Fanny, they're dashing constantly. That's unlimited uptime up until up until the duration ends for the Phobius' demonic force. That's the name of the
Wow.
ultimate. So
That's
during
pretty
the team
strong.
fights, on paper, but there's a lot of stuff. I mean, think about it. There's a lot of dashes now that you might overclock the Phobius, like
Right.
putting. It's a double-edged sword. Like, yes, you have the luxury on closing the distance onto a dash hero, but you don't have a lot of escape. So you must really make the most out of your demonic forces with your sustainability and damage output, and just, really being a nuisance on what they're trying to do in the team fights for Mojo 1.
Very reasonable
We'll discuss-
and very interesting picks that you've pointed out as well. A lot of countering going on, and we'll get straight into this match and see how it goes down. Good stuff. Mojo 1 versus B4G1, round 2 of GuildsArena. I'll briefly explain why we started late whilst I have a quick second. One of the games was very slow to fill up the lobby, and one of the teams ended up getting DQ'd by being very, very late. So all of the bracket and updates around that will be seen shortly.
Yeah, we should hark over the players that are listening right now that you
Yeah.
must be punctual by the time your scheduled games start.
Yeah.
Because if your teams are not complete by the grace period, after the grace period, your teams will be automatically be disqualified. No hesitations.
Yeah, I think that's the fairest way to say it, and I think for Season 7 we'll have a check-in period where people have to show up before the match. I think that's going to be the...
and as they should, some sort of Filipino time, as we like to call it. I'm Filipino myself, and I've experienced some of those things myself.
Yeah, understood.
But I digress. I
Understood.
digress as we head into,
Oh, Devon
45
in
seconds
trouble
here, but
early.
Devon getting bursted down. On the other side, the 1v1 kill over the XP lane. As an invade on the orange buff has ensued there. He has no choice but to retribution the objective. Only Blair getting those pelts onto lights out. And yeah.
Early 2-0.
Yeah, really good early.
Yeah, early 2-0 advantage for Mojo, and there's going to need some kind of answer, but immobilized up on the top lane. This could be good.
Another kill! Okay, that's one of the problems of Phobius before level 4, or like just simply in lane. He doesn't really have a lot of tools in
To
terms
fight
of
back.
laning or dealing damage. For Sivgod there, he has like an unlimited amount of first skills, that the little goo thing that pops off with the immobilization, like you said. So Phobius is gonna have a rough time. He must really pay attention to his own positionings when trying to face off against the glue. Because right now he has level 2 and the glue is already level 4. So he's gonna be really complete disadvantage there.
But a 3-on-1.
Wendy has something to say about it. Split, grab, get a combination, and he gets picked off once again.
Wow.
Sivgod being proud of himself. Wendy, my idol, trying to answer back.
That was close. He got him across the map.
Oh, okay. I think that is the bloody retribution coming into play there as Luke Teasy falls in the hands of only Blair.
But they
a
get him
return
back.
kill in the hands of Lights Out. Okay. But on the other side, okay, already level 4. Kills all over the map, man. And mostly in favor of Mojo 1. Obvious is trying to remake.
It's bad timing. I mean, I'm gonna need to see the... Yeah, I mean, if they've got really bad ping, I'm gonna need to see some kind of screenshot of it or something, I guess.
Hopefully they would send screenshot pic there. Like, I'm gonna call the action first there because the Randy is popping off. Well, you sort this out. I'm gonna call in the action.
Fair
Let me
enough.
get my idol dashing in, dashing out under the tier 1 tower. Civ God. Split, split, grab, grab, dashing in, shing, shing, shing. And you have. Okay, I have a pause. So, are we really
No, I'm gonna
gonna.
find out. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out what's going on, and we'll get back to it.
Alright. Let me enlighten you on why the Lancelot actually killed off the glue. Like when it was very, very far, is because it's the bloody. The Lancelot is holding the bloody retribution that increases damage every time you build HP items. The Lancelot has a molten essence already in hand, which is why the bloody retribution dealt as much damage, enough damage to kill off the glue when he was very low. So like you were surprised and like, oh my god, how did you kill from a distance there? And I was curious because he is a jungler. He might possibly have that one item that he is holding that ensures that made the kill possible, and that is the bloody retribution. You know, just a little bit of a fact here.
That's
Just so that you
that
know.
was good. It was an interesting one, and he definitely went down from a weird place. Is there a way for someone to show their connection level?
They must have a screenshot if they must have screenshotted, right?
That's what I'm asking for. But he's saying he'll ask his. Yeah, I mean it's tricky. It's a tricky one. If it's because the game has gone so one-sided so early, I don't want to just restart without any evidence, really.
I mean, the game has already gotten long. Like,
he did ask before 3 minutes, which I believe is the rule. But
it is, but like a lot can happen in 3 minutes. You know, 2 minutes is a
Sure.
turtle time.
Sure.
You know, and they could have said beforehand. Like, it's actually kind of sus that the Fulvius is having trouble against the glue. But like, to put out that reason, like, long into the game, like as the first objective is about to spawn, I believe we should just keep on going. Like, a lot can happen in a minute or so. Like maybe in a minute, or like you should have screenshotted like the first thing after the match is like try to check your ping. If it's relatively high that you're really uncomfortable trying to play with, that's my suggestion. I'm gonna let you sort this out.
yeah, I'm gonna have to say no. And next time, if there's a ping issue, yeah, if there's a ping issue, you gotta let us know 1 or 2 minutes into the match in the future.
Yeah, but, like I have to apologize.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's just gotta be that way. Okay, hang on.
It's 9094. Yeah, it is spikeable. Not on the red, but like, well, personally, I'm really uncomfortable playing at 90 because it feels like red also, so I can't blame him. But still, you gotta say beforehand, you know.
Sure.
Maybe they thought they can handle it, but over time they thought it's no,
Yeah, I know, but then that's just not a fair way of doing it. I'm gonna have to say no, and that's just gonna be the way it is.
He did shot on 2 minutes, but like 2 minutes is Yeah, 6 minutes of pause time trying to sort this thing out.
Yeah, it's just
I mean,
fucking stupid. Like, I will be honest with you.
I think we should start this off. I think we just continue this off, man.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we should be continuing on. Sorry for the pause, ladies and gentlemen, even though you're not probably here right now. The pause has been very long, but I just want to get the session started, man.
Yeah. I'm done. I don't care anymore.
I'm just gonna make the most out of it and just, call the action as it is. Right now, the first turtle is still spawned. There's no contestant just yet, 3 minutes into the game. Usually, like, in the 4th minute, you would see another turtle. But then again, it's just a fight. I know it's very uncomfortable for the Fovias to have, like, a 90-something ping. But then again, like, you gotta tell us beforehand before we can make some adjustments. But fortunately, did it happen as Mega Kill up on the bottom side there. Luke TZ actually secures that turtle. Wait to my idol, and only Blair is spotted. Luke TZ doesn't have a lot of energy, but only Blair gave up on that one. Wendy my idol, the green is taken there. Wendy my idol, shing out of here. Okay. You know, whatever happened, it really is in favor of Mojo 1. So there's nothing else that we could do about it. And in terms of how scuffed the planning is on the side of B4G, maybe I might as well put them out of their misery. Am I right?
I guess so. I mean, I don't
Killing
really
spree
have much
up on the middle
comment.
name. I mean, you gotta light them up. We got some MLBB action right here, man. Sweet and Sour getting pelted off there. Shiro, he's only level 5 though. Lights out, blocking everything with the bulwark. And yep, still 12-2, 5 minutes into the game, and like, you can't really blame the amount of, what do you call it? Amount of difficulties that the B4G have in this current moment, but. Hey, whatever happens in the match stays in the smash, and Shiro getting bursted down by the Luke TZ on the fanny there. And they're just completely on a roll. Let's see what's gonna happen next. Up on the side, Civ God. He's having a lot of the ultimates there. He is so tanky. He's level 8 against like a level, what is it, level 6 Civ God. My guy. You better calm down with the DPs there. You haven't taken a lot of objectives yet. You only got a first tower on the bottom lane. And flickering out of here, out of the Fire Minister, but actually connecting onto only Blair. Civ God, he is proud of himself. Just, savor the moment, savor the win potentially. Oh my goodness, like, even, like, he doesn't even care about the Fire Mist into the glue pick anymore because the amount of momentum that they got. I believe the glue already has the radiant armor, so even though that he potentially could get countered against the Fire Mist, I don't think the chain damages are gonna be enough to take down that glue because, again, there's another hero with DPS magic damage, and that is the Kimmy. So yep, that's simply a really good itemization on the glue there, and the Lita stunning onto the Kimmy. She's gonna fall, and Luke TZ and Wendy my idol up on the chase there, but a 2v1 situation, I don't think he is gonna survive. Yeah, like B4G, like, sorry man, sorry guys. You really have to accept your fate, you know? Have to accept your fate going into this matches. Hopefully in the next, hopefully the next time, I'm unsure if there will be a next time, but when more competitions happen like this, we should have a literally, like, a literal set rule book, rules and regulations, rules and regulations to, like, really apply fairness into these matches. Because things have been very scuffed as of late. Especially also in the prior seasons. They're lights out, hold on a minute. Did not get the new win on Blast. They died just before. That's lights out. Before lights out, man. That's really fun to see. You just go in, then I'm gonna stun you, but you're gonna take so much of that turret aggro. I am just, really stoked there, but hold on, Luke TZ dealing a lot of damage there, Wendy, my idol. Legendary for Luke TZ, he cannot do anything. Appreciating the effort of the tanks a lot, but then, like, you're up against someone who's like 6.5k, having 2 items already, and one of them is a Malefic Roar, so even if you build the defenses, you're still gonna get bursted down, especially if you're in a deficit as big as 11k. But like, God, like, they can just stand there and, like, just take me on. You're not gonna do anything. Look at the amount of damage that you're dealing. 18 per hit. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. It's your boy Devon can ghost burst me all he wants. But like, Civ God is just just standing there. And speaking of the devil, okay, split. He's taking a lot of the aggro that he has to flicker out of here. Demonic Force, but he has no mana to continue. Civ God actually gets picked off. And there will be another casualty. Yes, it will. Kyle is the one gonna get taken off, but fair miss. Okay. Ready, my idol. He's trying so hard to survive, but no, too close for comfort there. Canyoneo also is gonna fall. 2-2 trade right now. Are they still holding on? That is the question. But then again, 9 minutes into the game. Currently, it's still an 11k gold lead, so the real-time win rate will be super in favor. Like, I'm gonna calculate, maybe like 95%. 95% win, or like 99. And then again, like, I'm not sure if the Phobius is lagging anymore. But nonetheless, he's gonna commit with the Demonic Force. Will he able to do enough damage? No, he will not. Civ God now in front. There's split. Will he make a connection? He will mount onto the Phobius, and he gets pulled. Stunned by the like sound. Sweet and Sour gonna be the one dealing damage there, and like sound actually kills out the Phobius, but the basic attack there. And the Fire Mist killing out the Lolita, but legendary still for Luke TZ. Civ God also giving a kill over to It's Your Boy Devon. And a minion wave coming up on mid. Only Blair taking a lot of damage from the glue. And Lilia taking the last hit. Only Shiro left to defend. There's another wave coming there. Shiro, will he manage to get that split there? And he dashes out of the way. Civ God is gonna get punished. Okay, I see you. You're still fighting. I see you. B4G still has a chance. High one is basically dead, so I'm gonna pass next to his course right now as Luke TZ gets that double kill. Wait to my idol. Oh, triple kill for Luke TZ. They're just gonna save it a moment. It's 11 minutes into the game. I believe that we have another set of matches going on, so we gotta chop. Mojo won. I'm pretty sure you got the win. Maybe. I'm not trying to be biased, but gotta take the facts here. You are really in a winning situation, so hopefully that you guys can, end this game a little bit more quicker so we can get the action off. Apologies to the viewers right now, but flicker in. No blast. Stunning onto 2. Lights out, blocking everything with the bulwark there. And the Phobius actually punishes Canyon Neo. Shiro actually follows as well. 1-to-1 trade for both gold laners. But figure in the mobilizations there. Luke TZ dealing all the damage as much as possible. Wendy, my idol, will he deal enough damage to lights out? Yes, he will. Dashing in, dashing out, trying to defend. Split for Civ God. Will he make a mount? Oh, he gets pulled by the Shadow Stampede. Another wave of minions there, but there's no free hitter left. I don't think they're gonna end just yet, but the Fanny is coming in hot. A wave coming on top. Wendy, my idol. 3 members is going in, and the burst damage. Fire Mist goes down. The Phobius goes down as well. Wendy, my idol, trying to get out of chase, but no mana, no blue buff for the Fanny. They're really manhandling them, but they're not able to take down the base. Like 12 minutes. So it is luminous. The Lord is now luminous there, as Wendy, my idol, is trying to get a little bit of a dash there just for defense. At this point, like, this probably late game for B4G if they miraculously win this game against Mojo out of a comeback. I am just flabbergasted. I'm possibly gonna be flabbergasted as a result, because they were asking for like a remake because of lag. They're really in a losing situation there. But like, no, Canyon Neo actually punishes the Phobius. He did not manage to get the kill onto the 1-1. Now it's another back against the wall for B4G. Luke DZ dancing all over the place, dancing, walking, rearranging furniture, rearranging their faces with the damage output that she's providing. But hold on a minute, will he make a bit of a difference? No? Alright. So, yeah, they're still holding on valiantly, but right now, yeah, Mojo 1, you want to put the nail on the coffin, utilize the Luminous Lord. They have no more inhibitors left. You know what? I think we're done with this, so let's end this game once here and for all. Hopefully, this Lord and the super minions that are coming in from top and bottom will be enough to take down this game. Because right now, despite like a 24 difference of kills and a 1, 2, 3, about 13k, are they able to hold on there? But hold on a minute. No. The Phobius actually gets picked off way early on. Way too early, my boy. 30 seconds until he respawns. So it's just a 4v5 situation. And that is completely in favor of Mojo 1. Will a defense happen? A lot of some members are low, but they're not going to be able to connect there. The Lord is already there. Still super healthy. The Cult Altar there. Shiva actually gets punished. Sith God. Oh no, they should be. Yeah. Oh my God. Are there free hitters left? Okay, there is the Lord. Yep, that's all she wrote. Okay, congratulations to Mojo 1. Oh my God. Okay, very hectic right now.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Hi, how you doing? How you doing, my guy? Have you recovered? Have you contacted your therapist yet?
No, but I am considering it. Yeah, I mean, great win for Mojo. Guys, like, the rules on these things are pretty clear. Like, you are responsible for your devices and your internet connection. If you turn up 10 minutes late and then there's bad ping and you want a remake, no. Alright? No. So that's just going to be the way that goes from now on. Yeah, and you will annoy me by asking. So that's the bottom line of that. Anyway, let's look at the stats and the builds and stuff.
Well, I actually close it because I believe we should be getting ready to another set of matches, but...
Fair enough. No, that's a good idea.
Long story short, you know?
Yeah.
But long story short, it's on paper. Yeah, it is a really good drafting decision for the Phobius to go against the 1-1 and Fanny, but unfortunately, the amount of momentum that Mojo 1 had, especially like with the counter picks, like at the Faramis onto the glue. Unfortunately, the gold spike and the gold, what do you call it? You know, basically the gold differences and the amount of farm that they've gotten from those kills and objectives is just, you know, really too much for them to like really answer on what Mojo is really trying to do. Even though the drafting is there, the decisions and their intentions are made, unfortunately, like, there's a lot of problems that are happening on B4G side.
Yeah,
that really
and
inhibit them, really
if the ping thing was true, then that will have really hurt them. And I I do feel sorry for that. But you've got to say, in the first minute of the match, our character's ping is back. Like, letting us know 2 minutes 40 in just looks like cheating, and I can't do that. So no, I mean that should be obvious. You shouldn't even have to ask.
Majority of events in the early game really happen on the second minute of the match.
Yeah,
where the first
so 1 minute 30. If you've asked by then, fine. If you've asked after 2 minutes, it's like, well, that's really tough. If you've asked near 3 minutes, that's really difficult. And I appreciate that
really
lag can happen, but yeah, you've got to restart your internet box before the time of your match. Do it 30 minutes before. Be ready.
Yeah.
That's kind of the overall vibe of Season 6 going into the next season. Anyway, I'll get the other two ready and we'll be back in just a moment with our next game.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back. We have Tag Inc. 1 versus New Guild 2 coming up next, and we're looking forward to this match for sure. Tag Inc. 1 have been strong in a few tournaments, and New Guild have a team that have been very strong as well in a few different tournaments. So this one should be a cracking game. We got one person left to fill up the lobby. I got my co-host Ray Ash here. Thanks for taking over in the last game. How are you doing, my man?
Yeah, I'm really trying hard to like keep the action up and keep on calling the action while gather your marbles, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. You did a good job. I was listening. I was still doing camera work, but like I had nothing to say. After the first match being cancelled, and then those guys being late for the second match, even though the time had been very clearly stated and they could see that the first match wasn't happening. Yeah, just kind of just losing interest in keeping up appearances if other people don't have any interest themselves. That's kind of how I view certain things. All the players in this tournament will know it as well. They'll be well aware that they have well and truly
Well, hopefully the players that are watching this as a message.
Yeah, sure.
We gotta set a message to the players and set a I would say code of conduct, I guess, or like a standard.
The thing is, these rules have been in place since season 1, so I don't.
Yes, exactly.
I don't really accept that there isn't a code of conduct. I just think that certain teams and players have no interest in following it or being on time, or yeah, it's just a frustrating one at times.
Well, let this be a lesson to future organizers and people who like hold tournaments and hold games that you really must set a rule and set a standard on like what the games will be. Like it's your league, it's your type of it's your type of tournament. Like you really have to set a tone if you plan ahead on like what you really want your games to look like, because right now, because of those players, yeah, things are really looking bad.
Yeah, there was like, yeah, it's just one of those things.
Professionalism is 100% key when you're really trying to associate with other people, especially in leagues like these. If you're really gonna make yourself look bad if there's not a lot of punctuality and such, and just not following all the rules.
Yeah, for sure, and also just like not having your team ready. I think next season
it's your responsibility.
Yeah, next season we're going to have check-in times, and every single player on every team is going to have to be in the Discord and check in. And I don't like to do that, but if you can't just do it at the right time, then we're going to have to do it that way.
I think you should have a server like you do have like a what do you call it, a channel for voice
but
chatting.
I just make the
Usually I just give us proof that they are present.
Usually I just make the captains join, but considering the captains have done such a bad job this season of organising their teams, I'm going to have to force their teams to join as well. Yep.
I mean, some servers do that actually. Like okay, in order to join, you must join this server.
Yeah, I know. And captains do have to join, but I like to give people freedoms, and it's that I like to do things the easy way first, and if they can do it, great, and then if they prove they can't, then we'll do it the really not fun way. That's fine. Anyway, we're ready to go.
Like, really, freedom? Not a lot of freedom happens every time, my guy. Hold on a minute. Not a lot of freedom is bound to happen, my guy. You really gotta set some rules there,
No, I don't know. I mean, if you're a captain in this arena, there are rules. You get your team in the lobby on time. If you do not, you will lose the match, and then you will be kicked out for future tournaments. The rules are clear. But if I have to bang it into every single player's head, I will.
On my end, hold on a minute. I can't start the match. Everyone is ready. I'm pressing start game. Something went wrong. Hold on a minute. I will reconnect. Okay, that's my problem now. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yep, apologies. At least I am the one having the problem. Okay. Okay, problems are spreading everywhere now. First off is just the first match like literally not happening because people are not there. For the second series it's just a lot of ping problems that they're complaining. But now the problem went to me. Oh my god.
No worries.
Alright, I'm pressing start game. Okay. Alright, we're back into the action. Okay, good. Yeah, I had to restart the app. But
Good.
now we're ready to go, and yeah, let's get ready for a first set of bans. Yup, I'm really expecting a Joy and a Arlott right now to be banned, if not picked, but instead it is the Glue. So they really seen the last game that the Glue is still a really huge nuisance in the XP lane. A lot of XP laners having a really huge shine in this current meta. A lot of tanky stuff, and if you're not going tanky, you really hurt, but at the same time have some sort of survivability for yourself. So yep, that's really the meta when it comes to XP lane. It's just those heroes that are extremely pesky, that they either take a lot of damage or deal a lot of damage and still survive, especially when it comes to objective fights. And speaking of objective fights and XP laners, Arlott also gets banned, so they don't want to see it, as well as the Joy. Okay, those who are out, and there is the Karita. And like just an extreme flex pick on the mid lane and roam, like I said before, is just a really annoying hero to face off against if you really master on how this hero works.
Yep.
Okay, let's see here. Farmus.
To live is to trick.
Okay, very interesting pick for tagging one.
I didn't cure the pain.
Oh, okay. They're gonna answer back with the Valentina. Okay, they really want to copy the cult altar. So we're gonna see this old rivalry between those two mages, just trying to take one cult altar from the other, just so that they can survive from the team fights. And complement that with the Edith pick. Still a flex roll. It can be either going into what is that the right grammar? Edith can go to either the roam position or the XP lane. But right now, for the side of Tag Inc., the Badang pick is already there, so we've seen it. We've seen it. It worked. It worked in their favor. As well as the Cho. Since Badang will be going to the XP lane, Cho will be going to the roaming position. And usually, despite Cho being a fighter, like tank Cho is just extremely more valuable against damage. Sure, you deal a lot of damage with the Cho, but what's the point if you're gonna get bursted down, especially in this current meta? That there's a lot of tanky people that if you cannot kill them and if you have your downtime, you're not gonna have a smooth time when you're using a damage build Cho. So tank build Cho in the roaming position, and to close out the first phase for new Guild 2 is the freshman pick in the jungle. And now the gold lane options are out, and I was expecting those two, 1-1 and the Melissa. So I expect a Kimmy to show up at this time. If not, they would choose a roamer instead. If they're going for Edith as the roam, maybe in XP lane, I don't know, someone to go against the Badang, like a Yuzhong or like what else is there? Yeah, my mind's kind of fuzzy. A golden pick. I didn't mention the Matrix. Okay, Matrix. Matrix actually falls in, and I forgot about the Brody. See, like I've seen a lot of Kimmy so much that I've seen a lot of Kimmy's in the ranked games and like in those recent matches so far that like she's all I think about, despite her being my main. But there are other options. The Matrix and the Brody was there, and I didn't realize that the Fanny's open, but they're gonna hover all over. They're gonna hover over elsewhere. Okay, Martis is actually going to be in the jungle quad in the gold lane.
And the last pick.
You're still alive, hey.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Oh my goodness. An Atlas. Okay, I was really considering like the amount of late game potential the quad provides for the team. But they're hovering over roamer picks, and actually Kaja is the one that's gonna get picked. So I kind of like the Kaja pick that, you know, every time the majority of the lineup of Tag Inc. 1 really likes to close in and just to go into the fight. So they're really using the Kaja in order to like force him into a position that they just gotta back off, because once you go in, you're potentially gonna get picked off by the Kaja. So yeah, I'm really excited on what these teams are trying to, you know, convey to their opponents. You know, personally, I don't really like the Badang, but man, every time I face him, it's just he's kind of annoying with those knockbacks and stuns. You know, that even this thing, because usually he goes for a damage build with attack speed, which I don't really favor in this current meta. I really like to use those meta XP laners that really use tank items and still hurt. But for some reason, Badang is kind of unfair because, you know, he just simply deals damage and just deals the stuns, and he just goes out unscathed every time. I don't know why that is the case, and I just couldn't believe it, you know, that Badang pick. But anyways, we're heading into the Land of Dawn between Tag Inc. 1 and New Guild 2.
Correct. Perfect. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a good close game. These two teams have played each other a lot back in Tag Inc. tournaments, back before even GuildsArena started.
Yeah, they do have a lot of history with each other, so they know each other very well. Hopefully this match will be one heck of a show.
I should think so. Oh, early bottom lane, Kit in trouble.
CJ actually flickering in to get that kill onto Kit. Alright, an early rotation coming from the Valentina there. CJ actually the gold laner for them. Okay. Last time I checked, CJ was the Lapu Lapu in the XP lane. I was reviewing my casting there. Then suddenly CJ really in charge of the gold lane there, and it's really working into their favor.
Nice. So they've swapped tactical positions since last time.
They swapped the roles.
Right.
CJ had a change of role, and I'm pretty sure it's depending on the lineup, because my mind's kind of a bit fuzzy, because I'm pretty sure like one of them is actually new since the last time. I think it's Who on the Edith.
Probably.
I haven't seen a Who in the last time I reviewed the matches, but hey, CJ on the gold lane, and means to say that is a change of role there, as Who is getting smothered by members of Tag Inc. 1. Raisia is gonna get another kill onto the Valentina there to be 2 kills for the side of Tag Inc. 1, and they are in control of the first turtle of the game. Takotsa Osus is gonna get fallen as well. Make that a 3rd kill for Tag Inc. 1. They have the momentum on the early game.
Yep, they've slowly picked it up there, and after taking the first death, they managed to get the next 3, but New Guild will be looking for a response. They won't be worried yet.
Yeah, despite them having a better exchange over on the turtle area, mind you that the gold lane is having a hard time, especially from the earlier gank from the Valentina onto Kit. He had a death, and a kill went over to CJ, so that's gonna be a really good gold spike for the gold laner because they really need all the items there. That's where you really want to put all your eggs on the gold lane basket, which is CJ on the Beatrix. And right now, the usual build path for the Beatrix is going for the Blade of Despair first. So once she has that item, you can just rat-a-tat, to your own liking. But right now, Tag Inc. 1 really realizes that, and they really want to support on the gold lane. But hold on a minute there, on the other side, Aito rather, flickering out of here and knocking them back.
Just
Aito
gets
survives
away.
from that.
Yeah, I didn't think he would.
Yeah, we're expecting from a dying there, but Keo missing wildly on the flicker smash. He fails and he wasted an ultimate there. Simper Sophie getting danced on by Ricea is gonna dance out of here. 4 members of New Guild are trying to make an initiation there. Gonna get a knock up there, and they're gonna disengage.
Yep, they had to back off. They didn't know what was waiting for them in the bushes, and there wasn't a lot, so they probably could have just kept going, but you never know.
Hey man, it's an instant response on the gold lane, so it would have been a literal 5v4 rather, situation up on the top side of the map. But they're gonna have to switch gears and attend to the second turtle of the game there. It's Turtle Dance right now, Ricea flickering in, talks to Osus. Bennett's raised there just in time for the called altar, and they secure the turtle. Chang gets picked off. Kit actually gets a kill on the Sip for Sophie. Talks to Osus getting kicked away the dragon there. Double kill for Lexmark. And again, another good set of momentum going over to Tag Inc. 1. 6-1, 5 minutes into the game.
Yep, good stuff early. Should we have a little check at the items and the way they're building out?
Yes, indeed, because right now both the Bedang and the Claude's core items is the Demon Hunter's sword, because all of their attacks deal basic attack effects. So their skills with those rat-a-tats and the punches, the auto from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, if you heard of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they benefit from that item, so dealing extra damage based on the amount of HP that you have. That's really beneficial, especially if you're against, heroes with a lot of HP, those tanky enemies like the Fredrin and the Edith there. So that's really good tools if you really want to melt them down in those team fights there. But the Beatrix, she is still on top of her respective teams in terms of gold, because she has just purchased the Blade of Despair, so she's gonna deal a lot of damage now. It's really up for the rest of the team, for Tag Inc. to really answer that, because the Beatrix, she is the carry of the team there. They called Altar, keeping everyone alive. Chang actually falls. Takasa also is gonna be the next casualty. He actually flickers out with the sliver of health. CJ really tower hugging to survive. Meanwhile, on the top lane, who is trying to defend there, but the top turret there, Aito actually miscalculates the flicker and the second skill. Who is gonna die right there? A killing spree for the Martis.
Who? Sorry.
Yeah, who? Oh, yeah, that's who. Oh! Then, New Day.
Whew,
Yeah.
I do know,
You
yeah.
know that? Yeah,
I do.
It's the New Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing you got the reference. Like it's 2015 thing. I'm pretty sure you're like.
I'm an old school WWE guy, but I did watch some of that era.
And we are I'm still following it to this day, as well as the casters that I look up to. But meanwhile, hold on a minute. Takasa Osus conceal play. Looking for a pull there. He couldn't do anything. He's getting rocked all over the place. Kid actually getting the kill. Kyo with a sliver of health. Literally a pixel worth.
Nice, yeah, that was very close. Oh, Chang in
very
trouble.
close indeed, but his own way of the dragon there, but the cult altar really stops it in his tracks. Kyo forced to flicker out. Same for Sophie, he might get a kill onto Kyo, but he has to back away. Oh no, oh my god, okay, way sooner than the Beatrix would have been got. Oh man, tagging one really savoring this moment. Savoring the lead right now because currently it's just
10-1.
It is 6k.
Yep.
6k gold lead.
Yep.
You know, really looking good. They
it's-
got up fast because CJ actually has not died. So her farming isn't stopped. So she's going to be the key to victory for the side of New Guild. But hold on a minute, CJ microing out of here. He saw Kyo there. He said, hell no, I'm out of here. She
Wise.
dashed out here with a tactical reposition.
Yeah, that was wise. Didn't want to get caught in a 2v1. As you just said, they haven't died yet, so they need to kind of keep that up.
Yeah, she's a marksman. She's the main damage dealer of the team. Apart from Chang and Hu when she uses her ultimate. But CJ is the guy that you really have to look out for. He did well on the XP lane. On the gold lane, will the performance be the same? As the fight ensues on the orange buff area, Kyo gets a knockoff. And Dr. Osos are going to suffice a kill onto the show. Kyo actually follows the basic attacks of the Nibiru kit, brings the win. That's a lot of damage, and he actually belts CJ off for a mega kill. Okay, and another one going over to Raisia. So 2-to-1 trade, but Claude actually is online.
Very interesting. And over on bottom lane, we got a little fight between Hu and Aito, but they back off each other as well.
Yeah, it's for the bottom lane turret. But right now the name of the game is this First Lord of the game going over to Tag Inc. 1. So they really want to really march this off and destroy towers as much as possible. As much towers as possible, might I say.
For sure.
Yeah, they gotta take advantage of this gold lead because if they don't, eventually the Beatrix might be online. And Chang is going to build up the Lightning Truncheon for more of those burst poke damage from the Valentina. So you're really gonna have to watch out for the late game. If you're really kind of reckless and you gotta keep on counting your chickens, you're really gonna have a hard time if Takuto Osus is really on point with those engages because he's really sufficing on literally taking anyone that he pleases there. Flicker in with the Jeet Kundo. Kyo is actually gonna get punished. And that is what I'm talking about. You gotta be careful with your decisions there. But hold on! He is fisting everyone! Pause! Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Oh, just from that engagement from the Badang, melting everyone in a snap. Or or in this case, in a fist, in a punch.
For sure.
I wouldn't want to get fisted like that, no homo.
And they're losing turrets rapidly now as well. It's looking bad for New Guild. We've seen crazier stands and comebacks, but I think Tag Inc. are going to position up and just sort of jungle and get the next Lord and be a bit conservative in how they finish off the match.
Yeah, there's a little bit of errors, but good thing it's only on the roamer, so they might afford a loss for them, because then the people that you really have to look out for is the Claude, because he already has 4 items in hand and he's on his way to building his final item. I would like to say a Wind of Nature, but he's gonna be really gutsy. He's gonna be really in your face if he builds another pure damage item. But Takuto Osus, who's he gonna ulti? He ultis the Fredrin. Bennett's Rage, is it enough damage? You gotta knock up onto the Martis. He actually gets picked up, but Kit, late entry, but he gets bursted down as well. CJ with a killing spree, 2 men down so far, but Aito actually picks off the Edith. Double kill for CJ. Actually, 3 men falling down. Who's gonna be next? Actually, it's gonna be Keo there, trying so hard to survive, but he's in the face. He's completely in the side of New Guild. It's only the Fireman and the Show left. Lexmark does have the Cult Altar there, trying to save Keo. He's dashing in, dashing out, but he gets bursted down by CJ. It's only Keo left. And actually, New Guild is now in control of the Lord.
Wow, interesting stuff there. A good defensive stand. They needed that. Otherwise, the game was going one way. And finally, Keo goes down.
That's exactly what I said. They must be careful in trying to make those engages and those potential pickups that the lineup New Guild can actually deal. Because right now, the Beatrix, she has 2 items in lock. 3 items, including the Wind of Nature. So she's gonna really have a really good time against, you know, pulling through against the damage output of the Badang and the Claude. So they really have this comeback factor for the side of New Guild. So tagging 1, they better be careful.
Yes, indeed. And like I said, they should have got that Lord and been a bit more conservative about how they approached finishing off this game, because now they've given New Guild a shot.
Yeah, if I were them, I wouldn't really overcommit there. But hold on, CJ using the Wind of Nature to his advantage there. He actually punishes Aito there after almost taking the Matrix out. The swing is not gonna connect onto the bottom tier 1. Lexmark all in his lonesome there. Kit actually gets bursted down by Chiang on the Valentina, but he gets taken out by Lexmark himself. 4v2 situation there. Raisia holding his ground, trying to get some turret aggro hits. Shadow Stampede actually pulls, and they're entirely gonna get popped onto the Kaja there. But who? Late entry, knock up, nobody home. But meanwhile, there's a lot of action. CG actually manages to take down the top inhibitor tower.
Wow, crazy little bit of action there. The kills and the gold. Look at them now.
Yes, indeed.
We're leveling up.
Yeah, the skill. Okay, look at the graph. Click on the graph button there.
Yep.
You will see how much gold there was in favor onto tagging 1. Then after like about the 13th minute of the game, it just instantly went dwindling down. Just after they just give those kills over to New Guild.
Yep, good.
It's absolutely insane. The bounties and the such, and the amount of kills that they've gotten before their deaths after that is just the bounty gold really working in their favor. So basically, in terms of gold, it's neck and neck.
Yeah, it's crazy. Leveled up. The game's pretty much on a knife's edge. And New Guild will feel like they have the momentum right now.
The momentum indeed, as they're trying to look for an engagement. They're flickering in
They've got him.
the Badang. He gets bursted down by 3 members of New Guild. Really good pick off. How will Tagging 1 respond? Brycia gets spotted there by Sim for Sophie. Takasu also spotting 2. Shadow Stampede pulling onto the Kaja. No full-on commitment just yet. I don't think they should, because the Lord is about to respawn. Since Aito, the XP laner, not a lot of control there, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna put on a go signal there. But meanwhile, on the bot side, Claude trying to make a difference there with the back door, but who is going to answer back? He BMI's out of here. Lexmark actually gets the turtle for tagging 1. Oh my goodness, no retribution needed from either team. It's actually the mage. Kid actually gets taken out. Called Altar for the red team. Keo in front of everything. He falls. Flickering in. Another casualty, Lexmark.
Wow, kills are leveled up. The gold is level. This is a crazy match, but the Lord is coming straight down the middle for tagging.
Just when you thought that New Guild like having their stuff together after the 13th minute of the game, like just suddenly there's a lot of pandemonium. You wouldn't blame those retribution holders on like not really committing onto the red tree. There's like so much stuff going on. But even then, like man, they kind of like let it go.
Risia in trouble.
Risia, legendary for the Beatrix. CJ. She is online, the Beatrix.
Yeah, New
And,
Guild
yeah,
are
the gold
looking
lead.
strong. They have the gold lead now.
It's in favor of New Guild now.
Yep.
It's in favor of 17-17, and possibly they're gonna take more towers. But speaking of towers, on the bottom lane, oh my goodness. Okay. But still, like left bastions for your base is just basically like even as such. The like you have like the map control is about equal.
Yep.
So oh my
Oh,
goodness, another
Kyo
pull.
pulled. Oh wow.
Oh my goodness, but legendary for CJ, the Wind of Nature is not gonna help him.
Oh
Aito,
my
only
days.
clutch play with the fist crack. Fisting for everyone. Pause.
That was crazy. That was an absolute brutalization, and it swung the game back in Tag Inc.'s favor. Such a good game.
On the ultimate, it just changed the game. Yeah, they did it. Tag Inc.
Wow.
won. The back and forth stuff, they still managed to get this win.
Victory!
Impressive stuff.
Unfreaking believable, man.
Yep, that's reawakened me and realivened me. That was a fascinating end to a game where Tag Inc. had the lead, New Guild took it back, and then Tag Inc. just came out of nowhere when it looked like they were on the ropes a bit, right?
Yes, indeed. Like that's basically the story on how this match went on. They do suspect that the Claude is gonna pop off, which is why they had an early gank onto the Claude. But like that really set the tone that they're really trying to favor that Beatrix, because the reason why Tag 1 had a really good early game momentum is because of the early kills that they got in the first few minutes of the game, especially on the Turtle. You know, a lot of stuff going over to the Faramis and onto the Martis. You know, really setting the early game. But for some reason, the decisions have been questionable on the middle stages of the game, which is why New Guild had a little bit of an edge, because they really protected Beatrix as much as possible. Like, I believe it's like in the 6th, 7th minute of the game that she hasn't died, which means she's slowly or like steadily getting her items up.
And that was the player that got them back into the game entirely. Like, without the CJ performance, they would have. I mean, look at it. It's 1-5, 1-3, 1-4, 4-7, and then 11-2. So like that was like you were completely right on that. So yeah.
It doesn't matter if like some of your teammates are gonna fall off or something, or like they're not making much of a difference in team fights. As long as your main carry is still alive and kicking.
Yeah,
and
that showed us the fight. Yeah.
Let's try as much as possible to try to support that carry. You're going to like your deaths might be worth it.
Yes.
You know, if you
and they nearly were. They really nearly were. It was a good close match, that one. So.
But I said before in the draft though that the late game potential is really in favor of Tag Inc. 1. Sure, they have some pickoff. Sure, New Guild has some pickoff potential with the Kaja. He is really on point and really commendable with his engagements with the Divine Judgment. But for some reason, like the decision makings and the late entries of the Badang and the Claude, both having the Demon Hunter Sword and the Golden Staff, really melt down the members of New Guild. Just really set the difference in those team fights.
Yep, for sure. And what a great game it was. We're gonna get moved straight on into our next match, which is coming up in 1 second. I will put the bracket up and we'll be right back. Right, we're back with a much quicker turnaround this time. Two teams that take it very seriously, Glory Guild and Mojo. They are here and they are ready and they are looking forward to play. Just have one more member to join back up.
They're on.
Alshi. That's Alshi, it's fine. You can kick him in a minute. He is inviting his team.
Also, Alshi is not playing.
Not today. He usually
Okay.
doesn't. He's like the manager, but when sometimes he has to play if their team is short-handed.
Okay, thanks for the clarification. I would have kicked him instantly because you know how strict
Yeah.
things are if
He's-
someone goes on top, you know.
He will
But
go out.
hopefully-
He's legit. He's cool.
He's a cool guy. Okay,
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah. He's good.
Are you able to like narrow stuff down in the next seasons because like make it an 8-man tournament or something, or at least a lower brackets, something with lower bracket stuff.
Lower and upper bracket.
For,
I'd
I'm gonna say like
I'd consider it.
like, yeah, for example, like the top 4 teams are like gonna be like set in the second round, but like the bottom 4 is gonna have to like play one match more. You know how
Double elimination style.
yeah, double, not really say double elimination. Like someone has like quicker access to the grand finals and such, if you know what I mean. Like less matches.
No, we would definitely not consider that. Everyone has to have a fair playing field.
I mean, you gotta give stuff to people who don't obey him, right? Wink, wink.
I get your point, but not like that. I do get your point though. Right, we can go whenever we're ready.
Yep, gonna make sure everyone is shipshape.
We look good. So, the last game of round 2, and then we head into the semi-finals and the final tomorrow. It's Glory Guild 1 versus Mojo 2. This is a rematch of the last 2 finals. Here we go. Straight in with the bands.
Yeah, these two. Yeah, they look legit. They're really early, so just a long day of waiting and such. I'm just glad to like really get into the action, you know.
Same, for sure. It's been a slow and frustrating one, but these things can happen.
Again, the general consensus of this meta: Joy, the R-Lot,
Oh, Lancelot.
really in the XP lane. Lancelot ban. Okay, I respect ban. Okay, I see them. They really respect the tanks a lot that they pulled out recently.
Yep.
Really annoying to face off against, especially if like especially if the person really has a really good mastery over the Lancelot and how he works. But a second set of bans, the Fire Mist, you wouldn't go wrong with that. But as well as the Mincetar, really preventing those dash heroes. But the 1-1 is open. I'm pretty sure there is up for the taking.
And the R-Lot as well. Be interesting to see if
Yes.
they go for that. There it is.
Hey, you called it.
Hey, I'm getting better.
You're getting better. You're an analyst now.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's like peak moments of every analyst is predicting the drafts and how the teams work, predicting their drafts and what they want to do, and just really trying to guess which heroes fit best for their lineup and up against the enemy's lineup. So
Yes,
yep,
for sure. And that's another Kimmy, right? So it's definitely in the meta, as you pointed out before. What's the top?
Yes.
What's the top pick? I didn't catch that.
top pick.
Top right, top red.
in terms of the meta, from what I'm seeing, Arlot is top banned.
Right. Very
In
interesting.
your mythic rank games, Arlot is like the #1 ban, like about 90% of the time.
Wow.
So yeah, you can tell that he is really his utility and damage output, despite having the ability to use a tank build, is just so astronomically high. You know, like how you play him is just really beneficial for your team, especially if you have a mastery of that hero. Let's talk about the other heroes, as Kagura and Kimi are getting picked up. The Lolita really preventing projectiles from the Kimi and the Kagura, as well as the Valentina. You wouldn't really want to go wrong as this mid laner to copy this ultimates. But an interesting pickup, another Freya. Up against an Arlot, I'm pretty sure that she's gonna have a good time in the early game against the Arlot, but at level 4, that is where she falls off if you go one-on-one
You should.
towards in the XP lane.
Right.
And they do suspect that with the Dimensifar being banned, the 1-1 is still up for the taking. I'm surprised that the Glory Guild did not take the 1-1. Yeah, they kind of risked it, then they gave her a ban. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
And they do pick up the Fanny in the second phase. So Kimi really going into the gold lane. So we're gonna have another set of aggressive lineups with a lot of damage output for 4 of these roles so far for Mojo 2. And we are gonna see
It's the proof that I'm
the Brody and the gold lane and Ling. Okay. In a meta full of tanks, we have an assassin versus assassin matchup. So we're gonna see both teams go ham at each other. They all want to kill each other at this point. So no Fredrin jungle, no Akai, no Martis. It's on all assassins there. So the Fanny and the Ling will be moving all across the map. They're gonna have trouble with the camera work.
That's fine. I like an active match.
And active indeed, as we're gonna have a really good closer for tonight. Is going to be Glory Guild 1 versus Mojo 2
nice.
as we load into the Land of Dawn.
I see Leonard John in the chat saying, good luck, Glory Guild. Thank you, man. Thanks for being in the chat and for the last match of the night. I know it's a late one for some of you over there. Appreciated. And as Rayash just said, here we go into the last game of round 2, sorry. Next is the semi-finals, so who is going to make it there?
Yeah, this is gonna be very, very action-packed, considering the respective picks for both teams. I'm surprised. I'm looking at the emblem of Tenzo. Usually, tank Arlots would go for the tenacity to have extra defenses when you're at low health, but he's rocking the concussive blast, so he can clear waves much faster. So,
nice. So he's going for a clear
Yeah.
speed Arlot.
Yeah, clear speed so that he can respond to other parts of the map.
Nice.
So he doesn't. So considering that, in my personal experience, the Freya is actually kind of a good matchup against Arlot, only in the early game. So it seems that Tenzo does not want to really face Freya early on, as you can see, just slapping him in the face with those second skills.
Fair enough, and trying to stay back a little bit. Yeah, that's probably wise. Oh, interesting action in the middle, but it's always interesting to me when they try and fight at such low levels, because you have so little health, you have so few skills. Oh, but there they go.
Yeah, that's what you call early game potential, as Salamander actually gets picked off for the first blood, going over to the blue team, Glory Guild 1.
Nice, indeed. Yep, Glory Guild in the blue, Mojo in the red.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. Usually teams would really like to go for those contests, especially like on the smaller objectives, because of their early game power. Like think about this: Fanny is like having a really good early game. Lolita like having a really reliable stun in the early game. So this is why you see everyone fighting here as a hook connected onto Pasta, blocking everything with the bulwark. Umbrella slapped onto Holmes, and the corrosion strike.
Oh, they got him.
A pickoff. P9 onto Holmes. Okay, 1-to-1 trade in the as we head into the second minute as the first Lord spawns. First turtle, rather.
Indeed, and it's going to be an interesting contest because both teams have not been scared to fight early on.
And fight, they are not scared, and as soon as Ling finishes his orange buff, but it's kind of too late as Mojo 2 actually secures it.
Yeah,
so,
interesting, no contest for that.
Yeah, like sometimes it's okay to like give out a turtle if you're really focusing on your farm to really carry out this game. But hold on a minute, Lord Neo popping out the ultimate, the Valkyrie's and the suppression, and the final slash combination there. The Freya gets punished for that wave cut.
Yeah, jumped in and didn't realise it was going to be 3-on-1, and you can't do much about that.
Yeah, Freya, the Lord Nil was thinking that Ala doesn't really want to fight, so she's gonna head on over and cut over the first tier turret so that when she clears the waves, she's gonna have more time to spare when moving on to the fight, so that she doesn't miss the next wave of minions.
Holmes caught again.
Unfortunately, that backfired though.
Yep, for sure. And Holmes got caught out in the middle. And yeah, interesting early fight. 2-2 level gold.
2-2 so far. Gold lead still like in the 3 digits. I'm not sure on who really has the upper hand, but right now 4 members up on top against the 2. Pasta really supporting onto Niche. Yeah, there's not much going on, but hold on, Holmes. Okay, really getting caught in the crossfire. Oh, but the hook onto Niche, he actually gets stopped. Pasta blocking everything. Really, you really gotta protect the Brody. Protecting the Brody for all your might. And
yeah.
I'm looking at the build right now. Since Fanny is extremely aggressive, Brody is going to respect the damage output of that Fanny. He built the Dreadnought armor. He built the Dreadnought armor to lessen the damage output of the Fanny, so he doesn't get picked off when there's a rotation going onto the gold lane. And combined with the protection from Pasta, you really want to set the tone for the matchup. But the final slash with authority there, Tenzo actually stunned for Pasta, and look at the Kimi, pew pew pew. Triple kill for Toei versus everybody. Will we see a Maniac there? Microing everyone. And there's a Maniac for the Kimi.
Wow, good stuff there. That gives Mojo 2 the advantage now, but it's still close, still going to be a good match.
Trying to put memory, not in range of the Kimi. This is why Kimi has been such a nuisance as of late in your current rank matches. Really just aiming your basic attacks. They're all skill shots. So you aim as much as you want. You have the freedom on where you want to attack. You don't really have to like press a button and like just stop every time you try to do a basic attack because you're moving while attacking. That's what makes Kimi just a really unique marksman to play as, and just really what makes her effective in this meta. Because of just simple gameplay. Just the simple gameplay and how much you can gauge your damage output to try to set the tone in this matchup and how you really want to play to try to deal damage to your opponents there.
Yep, for sure.
And I just noticed, like, Holmes not really having a good time. There's a lot of middle lane action there that Holmes just wasn't able to handle so much.
Wow.
But up on the bottom lane, there's just both XP laners dying.
Yep, 1-for-1 trade and top lane fight going on as well now.
Turret has been destroyed on bottom lane, unstoppable, but on the hook! Again with the freaking Franco. Oh, the concealed play, but Fanny springing into action. Valentina getting picked off once again. Bloody Hunt. Here's the bite. So it was everybody gets taken out there, but Salamander getting another trade there, and Fanny evading Nijume's attacks.
Yeah, that was interesting. It ended up being a 2 for 2, right?
Here's 2 for 2, but it's in favor of Mojo 2. Tempest of Blaze. Knocked up. He stops the Fanny, but he gets punished. Oh no! You thought you're gonna get caught, my boy, but Fanny said no. And he's gonna take advantage and try to take out the top turret, but members are there to defend it. But 3 members up on top, meaning Mojo 2 is gonna have more men
Near
in
the
control
turtle.
of the turtle.
Yeah. Yep, they've melted it down in seconds. Really done.
Yeah, there was nothing else Glory Guild could do about it. Their positioning wasn't there just wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah, they basically weren't there to try to contest it because they're like busy trying to right some wrongs on other parts of the map, especially onto niche that kind of just died, and you really want to get that support onto your main damage dealers. You do have Nijume though, 4-2-2, not too bad, but by the late game, like Niche is not having a good time.
He just goes down again, and yeah, they're targeting him hard. They know who to hit.
Know who to hit indeed. Like 0-2-0, not looking good for Brody. And the thing about Brody is that his basic attacks really hit hard, but he attacks slow. So if you don't really make the most out of your attacks, but hold on, flicker and final slash, starting onto 2. The Salamander goes down, but the bite for the Valentina actually stops him in his tracks. 2 down for Mojo 2.
Wow, a really good little fight there. Glory Guild making a stand, trying to get back into it, and doing an okay job of it. There's still some advantage in it for Mojo, but Glory will be happy with the way the last couple of team engagements have gone.
Yeah, it's not a big difference in terms of gold, but that just started just from the flicker and the final slash from the R-Lock. Yeah, that's what makes R-Lock so powerful. Whether he can deal damage or initiate for the team. It's just very annoying to deal with, and just so flashy. The ultimate is just like 5 frames fast or something, and not just that, the ultimate has a really low cooldown, about 15 seconds in the mid game. Is just so much access of crowd control that you would man, it's just really worth it to have Arlott as your initiator instead of a damage dealer.
Right. Oh, Holmes.
But hold on a minute. Yeah, concealed play, trying to attempt on the bite. That's what we
Missed the
call the
hook.
Bloody Hunt. But Lord Nil, though, getting bursted down. He falls with the Bloody Hunt. Oh my god, the members are getting controlled left and right. Niche actually gets the 25 memory onto the Fanny there. 2-2 trade so far. No jungler. No jungler for both teams. So a bit of a wash, so it's a 3v3 fight up on the Lord area there. But I'm not sure if Glory Guild 1 is able to commit there. But the hook is actually landed onto Tenzo. Really deal enough damage to take down Toei. He was super low, but Tenzo got a stun. He actually gets the kill. Niche actually taking it. Oh, he's in
they
range.
got him.
Okay, Niche is gonna get that comeback that he so desperately wanted.
Wow, that makes the game really close now, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, because whilst Mojo did start very strong, Gloria
Okay,
now...
and oh my god! Oh my, well-timed final slash onto 2. Did not exactly keep them in check there, but Niche actually gets picked up by the Freya. Oh, will be another one, double kill for the Freya. 3-man down compared to 1, but the jungler is still alive. Jungler is still alive for the Ling, who actually takes it. No, he's unsuccessful. He does not steal it from the Fanny there. Nobuna Blast punishing on to the Kagura. Tempest Ablaze 2v1. Nijume is gonna have to back off.
Wow, very interesting there. It was slightly in favour of Mojo, that team fight, but still putting up a great fight here, Glory Guild, and here comes the Lord. They're going to have to defend well.
Oh my goodness, this is a hard match to observe.
Yeah.
Everyone's going at each other, man.
It's all over the place. It's a good one.
Yeah, you love to see it. Those matches like going ham on all fronts. Ugh. Like, you really think that like one team would have the advantage because of the crowd controls and the stuff and the damage output, but like one's gonna get picked off and another one on the other side is just
Yeah.
you wouldn't really know who's in the advantage right now.
Yeah, it's
Even
been
though
back and
Mojo
forth.
does actually do with a kill lead and a 3k gold lead.
Yeah, it's still really in the balance.
Very good one still has a chance to like really punish them in their tracks. Especially if Fanny goes in, you do have a stun from the Lolita and some crowd control from Tenzo and the Arlot.
That hook missed by millimeters. That was so close.
Oh man, going into that bush there. But then again, there's the Franco with the pick-off potentials there. Hold on a minute. Fanny doesn't have energy though, so she doesn't. I implore that Fanny to not fully commit until she has that purple buff, in which it will spawn there. Giving it over to the Fanny. She really needs that energy to keep on flying there. Oh, an attempt to get that steal, but unfortunately still onto the L and 4 friends. So Nijume and company is gonna be on defense mode for now. But I'm really looking at Pasta and Tenzo to really get a really on-point initiation. It's
Yeah,
like
they
Franco
need
would
to.
really, yeah. Franco, Freya, and Fanny are the ones that are going in, but the AOE crowd controls that Lolita and Arlot provide can really set the tone, or at least give them a comeback.
For sure, and there is a chance of it, but they are playing super defensive now, and sometimes you can get trapped, like, being overly cautious, whilst the other team's backed all the way off over here, so...
Shades of the last match, they're like some questionable positions. Like, you really have to keep your defensive, or like, your decision making on point there, firing in! But hold on a minute, there's some control final slash from Arlot. Fanny actually gets taken out, but it was Arlot there, Tempest the Blades in defense mode, but Lord Neil doing so much damage, but the Kimi rather dealing so much hits, but it's a 2v2 trade there.
Wow, it's still pretty level when they do team fight. It's close.
It is close there, but not really in complete control of the Lord. But they're not gonna start it. Yeah, they're just gonna keep on choking out resources from the Ling, especially the purple buff.
Nice.
Yeah, you really wouldn't want to like lose a purple buff if you're an assassin like Ling and Fanny. Both assassins desperately need their purple buff if they really want to function in these matches. Because if you don't, what the purple buff does to your hero is you have your energy or mana cost.
Yeah, that's huge.
So, yes. So like Fanny with those cables, she's really using the cables to her maximum potential. Like, she's using a lot of them that requires like, so much energy that she really needs a purple buff there. But Salamander, in an attempt to initiate, he gets picked up. The Lord Nail super low, double kill for Niche. But actually takes it. He actually gets the Lord. Oh my goodness, very good one. Okay, that's gonna serve as complete breathing room for them.
Wow.
If not, getting some towers done.
Wow, that's incredible. The game is now basically level on gold and the kills are close again. What an incredible match. Mojo putting up a good fight. They nearly got the Lord, but Glory Guild jumped in and stole it, and they got the 2 kills, so they'll be very chuffed with that little engagement.
Yeah, second time's the charm. The first time he tried to get in the temp, just flying in and like, you know, just set that retribution. It was on the hands of Fanny, but right now, just a better timed retribution from Nijume. Now they're gonna be in the ascendancy right now. We're gonna see conceal play. Numenon blast attempt. They're actually stunning one. He gets a stun. He gets a hook. Hook actually gets picked off. There's so much, and we're gonna see ultimates flying all around. There, 2 people actually fall from Glory Guild 1, but the 3 hits from the Kimi make that a 3. No casualties for Mojo 2. They have the advantage this time.
Wow, swinging back and forth like a pendulum.
Oh my. Pendulum like a clock. They have the gold lead back. I'm pretty sure they always have the gold lead, but like the Lord, like the team fights that they're trying to plan that did not really bode well for Glory Guild. So it's just really hard to say right now.
Yeah.
Just to be honest.
Yeah, it's one of those matches where it could go either way, and the next team fight, and the next couple of pickoffs could be the thing that swing it. But
Yeah, like one thing would go to favor of Mojo, and then suddenly Glory Guild is gonna be in the advantage. You know,
It's
like
been
the
a
key
good one.
players. Yeah, the key players are playing as key members there.
for sure, and we have the next Lord coming up in a minute. But till then, both teams have kind of gathered up on separate sides of the map a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the graph right now. Yep, majority would be in favor of Mojo 2, but come the late game, it's gonna be thrown out the window. Because majority of members are actually having their last items now.
Yep.
It is 18 minutes into the game, so it all goes down to which initiates first, or like who gets the better hand in terms of damage output. Kimmy and Free, like in terms of damage output, it's more in favor of Mojo 2 because majority of the members there really require a lot of damage items in order for them to function there. But the Aluminum Blast would actually get the pickoff onto the Roamer. And that is just before the Lord spawns.
Yeah, incredible moves there, and that is going to give them an advantage in the Lord fight, but it's not going to make it completely one-sided, but this could.
Oh no, okay.
Just gets out.
The Fanny was spotted, incapacitated. So that's a go signal for the members of Tag. No, it's for Glory Guild 1 to try to take the Lord. But Fanny, being the Fanny, the Spider-Man that she is, she's gonna be back there in no time. But Tenzo spots her. He gets a dash there, and the botch of the Retribution. Too early, Nijume secures it for his team.
Okay,
no.
and then we swing back the other way again, do we?
Okay, hopefully for Glory Guild 1 in this team fight, or at least in the next coming team fights, that would go into their favor. Because right now, Tenzo actually threw off the Fanny, or like caught Fanny by surprise when he tries to spot her. That is textbook like XP laners when it comes to trying to contest the Lord. Try to secure the perimeter. Try to look out for any threats that could potentially slip the Lord out of your jungler's hands. And that is exactly what Tenzo did to Yell and 4 friends. Really try to like scout the Fanny to where she is trying to come from, because he knows she was very low, trying to recall and try to like instantly go back in with her cables. And just, oh my goodness! Whoa! Double initiation there for Tenzo. Stunning 3! And that's what I'm talking about, the better team fight now for Glory Guild 1. 2 members are down, and those are 2 major damage dealers, and make that a 3rd! Oh my goodness! A well-timed bloody hack from the Valentina there. It is only Lord Nail and Franco left to defend, but it's going to be a wipeout. There's nothing that Lord Nail can do. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a fight. And that, we close the book on this beautiful matchup of Glory Guild vs Mojo 2.
Great
but Glory
game.
Guild is the one standing tall.
Yeah, what a great game. Mojo at times looked like they were going to win. Glory Guild took it back. Mojo had the upper hand. Glory Guild took it back again and then finally finished it off. It's like, that was exactly the kind of game we like to see. 25 kills apiece.
Apiece?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's extremely close. Like, you saw the gold, you saw the kills now. And with just how both teams function, like as much as possible, it's just extremely hectic.
Yep.
As much right as both teams would really like to make, or at least both teams had made, there's a lot of wrongs as well.
Yes, for sure. There was a couple of mistakes and a few silly things, but in the overall picture of the battle, it was even on those, right? Like it wasn't neither team neither team's players cost their team the win either. So interesting.
Yeah, like not really much that I have to say than just really both teams just battling out with those objectives. Yeah, I really couldn't say on like which had the clear advantage apart from Mojo, having the majority of the gold lead, finally having those early damage, as well as the Kimi, setting the bar in the early mid stages of the game, getting well, like I'm pretty sure there was a maniac there, right?
Yeah, for sure there was a maniac in there, and that will be one of the highlights of the season. Great stuff all round, a great game. Those last 2 matches of the day were very enjoyable, and so it sets us up for tomorrow. Mojo 1 versus Tag Inc. 2. Tag Inc. 1 versus Glory Guild 1. And those are going to be some great semi-finals. Those are best of 3. And tune in at 7 PM GMT +8 to make sure that you catch the semi-finals and the final. The final will be on the same night as well. So looking forward to that. And thank you to my co-host Ray Ash. Sorry for some of the technical and timing and schedule difficulties that there have been. But we might...
No problem, as long as we're calling the action there and just really having fun watching those matches, then I don't mind.
That's the one. We march forward, the show must go on, etc. And
exactly.
Great game for Glory Guild. Really impressive performance for Mojo. They'll come again. And we will see Mojo 1 still in the semi-final tomorrow against Tag Inc. 2. And Tag Inc. 1 versus Glory Guild 1. Tough matches. Looking forward to it. See you all tomorrow.
Signing off.